exceedingly, abundantly, above all that I ask or think. He'll do more than I ever expected. That's what the Lord would do. That's what the Lord would do, exceeding abundantly above all that we could ask or think. And I am excited to know that God is working things out even when I don't see them. I thank Him that even if I can just think about a question, think about an issue, think about a resolution or a issue that I may have, and I give it to the Lord. It said that Ephesians 3:20 said that He is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that I ask or think. So sometimes we don't even have to speak it out. He knows our every thought. So if he knows our every thought and then he goes into our mind, okay, he goes into our mind and he begins to work on those things, not just say, okay, I need $20. He will exceed, he will give abundantly and above all that I ask or think. I'm excited. I am excited because I know the Lord is doing some great and mighty things in our lives, and I am ready for it. I don't know about you. Are you ready for what God has for you? Because what you're asking for, you have to do it. You have to know that in His Word, He said He would do exceeding abundantly above all that we could ask or think. And then the bottom part of that scripture said, according to the power that works in you. So it's according to what you believe. It's according to the power that's in you. Do you believe that He can do it? Do you believe that when you ask Him for a job? Do you believe that when you ask Him for a home? Do you believe that when He asks you for a vehicle? Do you believe that when you ask Him for clothing, whatever you may stand in the need of, that He can far exceed that? So let me tell you this. I have a testimony, okay? A testimony time. um, I had my kids. I was a single parent, and I had my little kids, right? I did not even ask God. I didn't even ask anybody. Like, my kids were growing out of their clothes. They were growing out of their shoes, and I had three little ones, and I had no money to go and buy them clothes. I had no money to get their haircut, the boys to get their haircut, but I can do my daughter's hair, but I couldn't get the boys' haircut or edged up trim or whatever. But so I was living in extreme poverty. Thankful for my dad that he allowed me to stay in this house when I was a single parent, just me and my three children. And so I didn't ask anybody. I didn't pray about it. I just thought about it. I just, in your mind, man, my kids growing out of their clothes, and I don't have any money to buy any more clothes or shoes or anything. I just that was just a thought in my mind, right? I can't tell you how soon it was, how quick it was, but it was fairly quick that somebody came and knocked on my door with bags and bags of clothes that my children could wear. I'm telling you, God will do, He will far exceed what you ask or think. It's not even, if you can't even imagine what God can do, how He can just blow your mind just so randomly. And there was another time, let's go back into another testimony, that I was living in my apartment with my kids, and my kids, they wanted a bicycle for Christmas, right? They wanted bicycles and whatever else and stuff they was asking for. Their mama could not go and buy three bicycles for three kids, right? Back then, wasn't possible. But the church that I was like visiting, and I didn't tell them what I needed. I didn't tell them what the kids wanted or whatever. But I tell you, God spoke to their heart. God knew what I had been asked. I mean, what those kids had asked for. And I'm telling you, on right before Christmas, they came over there with Christmas trees and bags of toys and bicycles. My kids had bicycles that I didn't have to buy. So when I tell you, He'll do more than I ever expected. God will do more than you can expect. All you got to do is trust Him. So don't just like nothing ever happens, never nothing good ever happens to me. That never happens. I ask for it, but you have to do it in faith, honey. You have to do it in faith, sweetie. You just can't just be negative and expect for God to do it. You have to have faith. You have to believe that what you're thinking about or asking for, that it's going to come to pass. Because he will far exceed your expectations. He will far exceed your exceed your desires. He said God will give us the desires of our heart when our ways please him. When our ways please him, he'll give us what we need. So apparently, I mean, I know I wasn't perfect or anything, but I was seeking to please God. It was my desire to please God and to make sure that he was pleased with my life, you know. So God will do more. He will far exceed your expectation when you ask in faith, when you believe. Even another scripture, I believe it's in Mark 11 and 23, maybe 24, that we can speak to the mountain and command the mountain to be cast into the sea, but we cannot doubt in our heart. But we have to believe what those things that we've spoken will come to pass. So if we speak to something large, grand, big, you know, financial debt, you know, this mountain of debt, but I can speak to that mountain and I can tell that mountain to be cast into the sea. There is no doubt in my heart. I believe that God will do it. I know that God will far exceed what I ask him to do. And now when I'm speaking to that mountain, I command it to be cast into the sea. That means I need you to dismantle. I need you to cease. I need you to dismiss. I need you to drop down to the ground and crumble. Because that's where my faith is. So I want to admonish and encourage you. I get excited when I talk about the word, and I just get excited because I know that if he did it for me, he can do it for you. There is no respect of person. I'm so glad we serve a God that is not a respecter of person. That he does not favor, well, favor ain't fair, they say, you know, but I'm saying that he won't say, well, Sharon asked for it, so I'm going to give it to her, but I'm not going to give it to Jackie. No, he is not a respecter of person. He wants to see all of us get what we ask for. That's his pleasure. That's what his desire. He want to see that we are, when we do what he say do, he want to make sure we good. We good. I know I'm in good hands. Allstate ain't got nothing on God, baby. I'm in good hands with God. So, and you are too. You are too. So just know that he'll do more than you ever expect. Ephesians 3 and 20. Get that in your spirit. And if you want to know who sings that song, I don't know who sings it, but if you look on this platform, YouTube, and look up Ephesians 3:20. I don't know if she put it EPH 3:20 or something like that. But it was, I don't know, that was a praise, she was praising, and then that song just came out. I don't know if it was hers already. All I know is that that song hit my spirit months and months ago. He will do more than you could ever expect, okay? He will far exceed your expectations when you trust in him and believe and don't doubt in your heart that what you ask and what you think about and what you prayed for, it shall come to pass. So I want you to be encouraged. I want you to know of a surety that when your trust is in the Lord, if you trust in him for total healing, if you trust in him for deliverance, if you trust in him for joy and peace, if you trust in him to be delivered from depression and anxiety and panic attacks, if you trust him, he will do it, sweetie. He will do exactly what you said. You have to put your trust in him and don't doubt, okay? Because if you doubt, it's like you're like a wave of the sea. When you know, the wave is just, they constantly going. Like there is no stability in a wave. A wave gonna keep going, and until it fizzles out. So you can't be like a wave of the sea tossed to and fro. You got to be steadfast, unmovable. Okay? So I just wanted to say that too as well. God bless you. Just know he'll do more than you could ever expect. Okay? God bless. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day.